Well, it's Mark and Cindy on the radio, 10 to 11 a.m. Well, it's Mark and Cindy, they've got a morning show. Every day I listen in. We're gonna talk about what's going on in town. You never know who's gonna come around on the Mark and Cindy Show.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday.
Wednesday. And what is it, Wacky Wednesday, or what is it?
Hump Day.
Hump Day. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go with the Wednesday. But okay.
All right, but we are on the Mark and Cindy Show. We're here every morning, except Friday morning, which we have the best of.
Yeah. We try to get here Friday morning. We can't.
No.
I don't know what it is.
No, can't drive in. And so we have the best of. But we may have the best of show today. Did you read the post I did on our Facebook?
I thought I did. Why wasn't it memorable? Go ahead and tell me quick, and I'll tell you if I read it or not.
I thought that was the most,
I must not have read it.
Picturesque of the place that we're going to be talking about.
Leo's coming, and what did you say?
Yeah, but you didn't reid it?
I was going off.
All right,
when did you
here's
post
my phone. At 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, no, I didn't read
it.
Okay.
Should I be concerned about that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cindy, why are you on so late? You're calling Wayne at 9:40? I mean...
Wayne.
I'm a late night.
Yeah.
I should be
this
doing...
This is the Night Owl with Cindy Cochran.
I should be doing that one, yes. One time, Time Warner came to me and said, Cindy, we want you to do this promo. I want you to read this promo. And read it. And so I read the script, and I thought it sounded like I should do it like this. Mm-hmm. And so I read the script, and I did it, and it came on. And what they didn't tell me was what it was tagged with. It was the light porn stuff that they were doing at that time.
It was perfect
after 10 o'clock. But I didn't know that was it, so I thought nobody would recognize my voice.
Well, light porn?
You know what? They give you a list of things that shows you
the bra strap.
Really?
What porn is. That's the funniest list. It's all done very formally and all. And they would tell the people at the leaders at Warner Cable, here's what porn is, and here's what you can play after 10 o'clock, here's what you can play after 12 o'clock, and these are the positions, the things that people are doing that's okay for this time out. It was hilarious. That got to be a really popular email.
You don't remember specifics?
Yes, exactly. So anyway, but I did that voice, and I thought, well, I don't want to be promoting that, for crying out loud, so y'all need to pull that. And they said, nobody will recognize your voice. I can't tell you how many people said, Cindy, I love your commercial.
And I'm going to tune in every... and most people may know that the Supreme Court has not defined what pornography is yet, but the closest they came is, I forget, it wasn't Deep Throat, it was, I don't think it was, but the justice who had to write the thing up said, I do not know what pornography is, but I know what it's not, and this is not pornography, he said. And that's the closest. Okay, so we'll use this movie or whatever. Like I say, I don't think it was Deep Throat.
I thought you were going to say, he said, I do not know what pornography is until I see it.
And well, in essence, that's pretty much it. And not that I'm looking for it, but I am looking for it.
That was Justice Potter Stewart.
In
the Jacopellis versus Ohio, explaining why the material at issue in the case was not obscene under the Roth test.
They had the Roth. That's almost like the Roth.
Brother.
Where you see if it's a bird or if it's your mother. I don't know.
It's the First Amendment. It's using the First Amendment.
Yeah, let's protect that.
Right.
Let's protect
protects the right of sex.
Yes, right.
I remember this though. I remember this case because I took a communication law course, and it was interesting because it was people were mailing people the pornography
to show them, to prove to them, to define it.
Well, no, it's just like it was just almost like a Playboy. You know, how some people just go, "Oh, we're having a new company. We need to send out some mails to everybody." Well, they would send out mails to everybody. It was obscene material. And they got
Hey, I got one of those years and years ago. I remember.
Favorite pleasure.
I had no idea what they were doing. But Cindy, get us off of that.
Okay. Listen then.
Hey, before you start, encouraging word today. We're going to have it, of course, later on.
It's in your pocket?
It's in my pocket. No, but it's about failure, and failure is cool. And, it can be, but I wanted to, this is loosely related to it. This is a little tease, but listen to this. This is a quote from a basketball player. He said, and it is a he, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan said that. You know, if you're a basketball player and you're afraid to shoot because you've missed before, you know, they can't use you anymore.
That's right.
Anyway, that is loosely tied to our encouraging word, which is about failure.
Good.
That's a tease.
Good. Okay. All right. So, did you know that they're cutting Sesame Street down to a half hour?
You know, I didn't know it was an hour. But no. It's kind of like, is Jack Benny dead? No, he is dead, yes.
They're cutting it to a half hour. I mean,
what are they replacing it with?
I don't know what's coming in after it, but
the Reading Rainbow.
But they were talking.
That'd be worth it.
I like the Reading Rainbow.
That'd be worth it.
But they said it was because all the kids know a lot of this stuff. They're bored with it. They've got it, so they're going to, I guess, condense it, and that gives justification for the money they can't raise to sponsor it or something.
Okay.
I don't know. But they're going to a half hour, so that was strange. And did you know that there is an app out there that will give you a selection of women that looks like your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend. You put the picture of your ex-girlfriend or ex-wife in there. They will then find the match of women that look like that. But the problem was because you were attracted to her because of her looks, but you couldn't stand her personality. Right. Now you have options with people that look like that, but may have a much better personality.
You know, I think that is why women actually marry someone that doesn't necessarily look like their dad, but acts like their dad in the fact that he's a controlling jerk. I mean, I know these girls, I don't know why. And then you look at their dad. Oh, their dad's a jerk too. Now, I'm sorry. Why would they do that?
Well, my sister's theory is that everybody marries someone that is like their parent that they have problems with. And this is the way that they can now maybe fix that, control that, or be, here's my chance to work on this because I couldn't do it with my parent, but that's the one I'm going to.
That's a good point.
And why we marry opposites. Why do we marry opposites? And now Sam taught me that, why we marry opposites, because I was complaining that when he comes in, he's so, I just want to talk to you about the day and what went on. And you go, you wouldn't understand. It's just, and you wouldn't talk to me. And so I complained about it enough to where he gave me some, okay, all right, okay, you know what? I'll be like you. I'm going to come in like you, and let's see how that would go. Because when he would come in, I'm all like, hey, let me tell you what the kids did. The kids said this is so funny. I told you. And I would bought this yellow blouse, and he couldn't care less. But anyway, so he comes in and mimics how I am. And I'm trying to say, well, that's good. Well, and so I said, shut up. Just go back to the way you were, because he was right. If there were two of us like that, there would be no bad. Yeah, it would be too much. It was just too much. So to have someone that is calmer and, will sit there and listen to you or act like they're listening to you. Not like you are now, Mark.
Exactly.
Mark,
you see this glazed look. No, I'm listening.
You have got to work on that.
I've heard this story, but I am listening.
Anyway, so I think it's interesting that we are attracted to opposites. And Kay is much calmer than you are.
She is that.
And very, very serene and reflective. And let me think about that before I open my mouth and make a fool of myself. Okay.
No. Yeah. She has a good sense of humor. It's not like mine, but
she does.
And she likes weird shows. But we need to ask Leo when she comes in here, the owner and, the proprietor, that's what an owner is, of Conroe Coffee next door.
That's going to be, she's going to be our guest.
She's a doll. She's a British doll, actually.
Is.
But anyway, she's going to be on here. And, Cindy, we were mentioning so many things, and one thing you haven't brought up, which just breaks my heart, is about my
favorite pleasure?
Plumbing job.
No. Oh, boy, I shouldn't have said that all
No,
at the
you
same
shouldn't
time.
have. That was terrible. But, I had 2 faucets to fix yesterday, and when I left, I said my water was cut off in the...
Yeah.
Well, the water in the cutoff thing didn't continue more than it had before, so it's not leaking, it's just holding its own. And I fixed both those faucets. I bought 2 thinking they're both the same. They're not. So one of the faucets I couldn't use over, so all I did was I took the washer in it and I reversed it because it was worn on one side, and I put it on the other side. And it stopped the drip, Cindy. It's like a miracle. It's like a Christmas miracle. They're both stopped for now. And I'm
Mark.
That's me. And that was my delightful or my
favorite pleasure.
Favorite pleasure.
I just imagine you celebrating. I don't know what it is. Like he's like,
Dick, I was sweating like
I've
got
listen. They've got those wooden floors that are just spick and span, and it looks like if you had just had your socks on, you could slide forever.
Well,
so I can see him doing that. Da 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 dum.
And you can flip your underwear on the ceiling fan. That floor when you anyway, that has nothing to do with anything.
I see you dancing around the floor.
Yeah, we do that. But anyway, it was just one of those
that.
times when I turned the water back on, and then I run into the spigots to see, oh my gosh, I bet they're pouring all over the place. And
it was
were not
there.
dripping.
I'm so proud of you.
And then I turned it on and off, and it still worked. I'm just wow.
I am really proud of you. But you didn't call the Dirty Birds? Don't do that.
Well, they will, but that's not their specialty.
Okay.
Their specialty is really. I need to call them on landscaping. They do landscaping and stuff like that, but they also do the house painting.
How would you
and
landscape
all this
your yard?
Cindy,
that yard is like an ecosystem all to itself.
Well, it is. I've got everything in that yard, but I need a sidewalk type thinger going to my mailbox. And I don't know how to, it's not going to be concrete. It's going to be like mulch or something, but it's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, and I've said this many times, how can you get this stuff? You can't, other than on the Mark and Cindy show.
Well, what we try and provide here, though, is the background and things that we do to bond with our listeners and to make them feel part of our family and that they're anxious to find out, what did Cindy and Samuel, my grandchildren, do today, or what happened in your house that broke?
Did get fixed? Yeah. And speaking of bonds, we got bail bonds across the street. No, we don't. We do not.
But they're close by. They are close by, waiting for us to do something wrong. But we're going to have Leo over here in just a few minutes. And so, if you want to Facebook us or call in with your best British accent, that would be great, because after you have her over here, we're all going to be talking like that. She's just, that accent is so contagious.
And it's what do you call it, uncensored? Sometimes Leo can say things that are so funny, but maybe kind of like mine.
No, you're right. She does say some
the
things
British sense of humor.
Not right, and she doesn't think it's offensive to her also. But when you say it with an English accent, any bad word, it doesn't sound bad anymore.
Speaking of the British, listen to this, Cindy. Mark and Cindy show. Take a break, and we've got the Hell Britannia. Is that what you said that is?
Is it Rule Britannia?
Not Hell Britannia. It's Hell Alabama. No.
It's Rule. It's Rule.
I got it right. Yay, Cindy. Okay, we will be right back with the Mark and Cindy show. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Don't go away.
The City of Willis Independence Day celebration is scheduled for Saturday, June 28th from 5:30 to 10 at Burton Yates Stadium in Willis. The Willis Independence Day celebration will include several local artists, including Blue McGinnis, Brian Fincher, and Tori McClure. But the spotlight for the night will belong to local country superstar Jack Ingram. You don't want to miss Oodles the Balloon Artist, face painting, vendors for your shopping pleasure, free food provided by Kroger, and a fireworks show provided by Celestial Displays. Free tickets are required to enter the stadium, so please make sure you stop by City Hall, 200 North Bell Street, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 12, and Monday evenings from 5 to 7. If you don't get a chance to stop by City Hall, any additional tickets that we have available the day of the event at the gate. For more information, contact the City of Willis at 936-856-4611. Don't forget, Saturday, June 28th. Don't want to miss Jack Ingram at the Willis Independence Day celebration.
Tune in at 3 o'clock every Wednesday for Aperture and Shutter Speed with me, Tom Moore of TR Moore Photos.
And me, Dick.
If you are an amateur or expert, or if you haven't ever picked up an SLR camera before, Aperture and Shutter Speed is a show for anyone who loves photography and film.
Join the conversation with us by calling in or emailing us your questions. If you want to know what's coming up on Aperture and Shutter Speed, just look up our show page on irlonestar.com or look us up on Facebook.
Join us every Wednesday at 3 p.m. for Aperture and Shutter Speed, and remember,
take your lens cap off. You're listening to Lone Star Internet Radio. Now for your daily weather report. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2014. Today's forecast will be mostly sunny with a high near 93. Later tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low around 74. South winds will be 5 to 10 miles an hour.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Donnawick Public Relations. You've seen the billboards? That's right, wicked publicity. Contact them today at 832-326-1965 and visit wickedpublicity.com.
Back on the Mark and Cindy show, and you may recognize that song. That's been in the top 40 over in England for a long time. I
Yes,
think.
but Leo from Australia. No,
Excuse
she's
me?
not. She's not. I made that up.
What was that?
So we're back with Leo the Lion, the owner of Conroe Coffee, right kind of next door to us, right down, from if you're looking at the Crichton Theater, she's right down, like 4 stores down from the Crichton. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. About that. Anyway, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
Because she has a replica of herself in front of the door so that everyone will know.
That's her mascot in the
that's
background.
me.
Pretty pretentious.
Now, Leo,
I
this
must say.
is your...
This is my grandbaby, Brooklyn, from Michigan.
From Michigan. She's supposed to be from New York, aren't you?
You're
Brooklyn
Brooklyn.
roads. I
I'm
don't
Brooklyn from
know.
Michigan. Don't
Sheesh.
talk about me.
Leo, we have so little time. We're so interested in everything, but I'm interested in how you ended up, wherever you started from, I don't know, but you ended up right over here. How did this all happen?
In Conroe? I
In
know,
Conroe,
right? I
over there
get
by the-
asked all the time.
I bet you do. But see, our listeners are going to learn more about you today. It's scary.
Okay. So we had a coffee shop in Michigan 20 years ago, owned it for 5 years, wanted to get back to it. So lived in California after that, moved to Texas 8 years ago, and we ended up in Conroe last May 18th.
Because you got a train.
No, because we were looking for used cowboy boots because we buy and sell vintage cowboy boots.
Oh, that explains all the boots in your Conroe Coffee.
And I have
place.
I have 100 more pair at home that are not in the shop. So we went to Mimi's and we went to Central Market and we were looking for boots, and we happened to be talking to Gail, who owns Mimi's, and she found out I owned a coffee shop. So she was like, "We need you down here," and she went all crazy. I'm like, "Okay, small town, So we came and looked at the building the next day, and it took us about 6 weeks before we fully decided we wanted to be out here, because we kept coming back on weekends, like seeing what the town was about.
And you've been there how
And
long
here
now?
we are. September 18th we opened.
Goodness.
So 8 months,
Oh,
or is it nearly
it's-
9?
See,
9 months.
See, we started October
October.
28th.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so you were
So
about
we're almost
yeah.
kinships.
Yes,
I know,
yes.
right?
How
We're
did
family.
you get to Mitchagun from England?
My dad was from West Virginia, but my mum is English. She had a sister in Michigan.
Oh.
And you take after your mom, apparently.
Yes.
I don't know how long she's going to have to live here to get rid of the accent, though.
Oh,
That's-
never, I hope.
Rosetta Stone's amazing.
How to get rid of your accent.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
how
Were
does
you
that-
in England?
Yeah, I lived
oh.
there till I was 16.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
that
my dad
explains a lot.
felt there was a better future in the U.S. for me and my brothers. And we went to Michigan because my mum had a sister living there that got married to a guy in the Air Force as well. That's what my mum did.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Cost of living in Michigan, that's the way
In
we
where?
pronounce it here.
I'm like,
Michigan.
what?
I'm joking. Is so much less than, say, in the Isles, particularly London.
Oh,
I hear it's
right.
unbelievable.
Well, it's always been expensive over there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But now, where exactly were you?
Northampton, the boot and shoe capital of the world. It used to be.
The boot and shoot. The
Shoe.
boot and shoe. Okay.
And there's-
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
Not
getting
cut
a
and
bit-
shoot.
No,
boot and shoe.
The other thing that Cindy's interested in, no, I'm interested in, I don't care about Cindy, Leo.
Oh, thank you.
The particular,
so
what's
sweet.
that coffee you serve over there exclusively? Is it not?
Lavazza
And how did you run into that in
in Michigan. Because
Michigan
I
again?
carried the same coffee there, and it took us nearly a year to find that coffee. Because it took a long time for myself and my ex-husband and my kids to get that building ready.
Okay.
And I say my kids, them kids worked hard. And they were
Good.
a lot younger, and They're good kids. I did something
They're so
right.
old now. I'm sure after 8 months. or
They're
however many.
beautiful. We have the whole
We do.
clan in here.
Yeah.
I
Not the
know,
Scottish
right?
The only thing we're
clan,
missing
yeah,
is popcorn.
Yeah, that's right. We have everybody here today to hear their mother on the. Is this your first interview on radio in Texas?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There you
used
go.
to have your own radio program.
She
didn't
had-
you?
No, it was a chat show on cable.
Oh, they were
I was
looking
in front
at you.
of the camera.
Son of. Did you have those glasses? Because they're cute as all
No,
get
did
out.
not.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm getting older.
Now, what happened that you didn't stay on the cable show long? Do you remember that?
No, ended up,
Oh, okay. I
Life.
thought I heard a story that you told
No.
once, but that's not it.
Oh,
can't
no,
tell that.
no,
No,
I
that's
can't
not-
tell that.
She
No,
can't tell in
that's-
mixed company.
No.
Listen to her.
Exactly.
She's
That's
already
right.
filtering herself. I'm
Yes.
so proud of
Yeah.
you.
And
Yeah.
here I was.
I'm sharp.
Trying
It's all
to
that
draw it out.
Lavazza I
We
drink.
warned all the audience. Now she's a foreigner, so she may say some things that you don't understand.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it's okay.
But even when I swear, it sounds cute.
that's what everybody
Doesn't
else.
But I won't.
Yeah.
I
When
won't.
She called me that. It was the nicest anybody ever called me that before. But in the period of months, oh man.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
I'll see you in a
Wait,
bit.
wait. The sun will stay, right?
The sun will
Yeah,
stay
we can-
out.
Tomorrow.
Yes, we. Oh, see, and she sings as well.
Have you
This
been
lady, no end to her
pleased-
talent.
Have you been pleased with the business over the period of time you've been there?
Absolutely.
And I guess it's cyclic, is it not?
Well,
It's
that's a big word. That's too early for that kind of language.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Don't you
apologize.
swear at me. No, I mean, of course, when you start a new business, you worry and you sink everything into it. I mean, I sold my engagement ring. I cashed in my retirement. Jason cashed in retirement.
He is your
and
fiancé.
I am maxed out on credit cards, but here we are, and I'm thankful for it.
So I can't expect to get paid back.
Absolutely
for a long
not.
time. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
No, it'll be a while. But
you know-
we're doing good.
Oh.
I mean, we have a lot of this is family down here. It's just everybody cares about you, and
Yeah.
even the attorneys that get a bad rap sometimes.
Yes.
They're awesome people, and
There are a lot of attorneys down here because
Yes.
this is where the courthouse is and all
Right,
that. And on
right.
Mondays, is that your busiest time with the jurors?
Monday is a busy day, but down here you never know from one day to the next.
That it's full in there. And
That's right.
And we go in there expecting to get in front of the line every
Oh,
time.
man,
and it
yeah,
doesn't
no
happen.
way.
know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Get your buns out of there.
It's okay, but even if you have to wait in line, it's so fun in there. You learn something from all the things you have on the wall, and on my post, you've got to read my post. It could be in any kind of magazine promoting your place, but I called it your woman cave.
Oh,
that is
well,
in
yeah, I
there.
guess so, huh?
And it's beautiful, but it's so fun to go in there, and you just feel so, warm and cozy in there. And I told everybody it looks like some kind of maybe not a pub, but a coffee house on Abbey Road. Would that be true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
it
that's
would.
what I said, and we're expecting anytime Ringo and Paul to come in. That's
I
how
know,
you feel.
right?
That's how you
Right?
feel. But it's funny when I ask her about the Beatles, and
The
I'm
Beatles-
sure
I like the
everybody,
Beatles.
everybody that comes from England, everybody goes like, "So what was George like when he was growing up?" And they go, "I don't know George. I didn't know who he was,
Yeah.
and he was in Liverpool for crying out loud." So I don't know why I
Most
did
people
that
in
with a
Britain
New
are
York
all
accent.
Jewish people.
Yeah,
Really? That's news.
but I said it was the 50th anniversary of the Beatles being over here, and so I went over and said, "So Leo, what tell me what you think about the Beatles thing." She said, I like George Strait better than I do the Beatles. So it was
That's why
so
I'm
difficult to hear this, because she said the Beatles weren't that big a deal,
Not
when
to
I was
me.
growing up. And then I realized
It was
she's
Donny
so
Osmond.
much
Tell him that.
younger.
Tell him
yeah,
that.
yeah. She
Yeah.
liked Donny Osmond.
Absolutely.
So she's a baby.
Pretty blue eyes. Please come out.
When I think
today.
of, please, Leo, please, we have such. No, that's a beautiful song.
He
when I
sang it
think
to
of-
me,
Did he?
I
Okay.
like to think he did.
Exactly.
Don't spoil that dream.
But when I think of going into business, I would say the 312th thing is to open a coffee shop or a restaurant, because when I think of it, I think of the amount of my life that is going to be in there. There's you're obviously right now not doing this for the money. You need to
Right.
make ends meet at some time. But
Yeah.
what is the thing that keeps you going over there is a good question.
I love good coffee. And you can't buy it just anywhere.
Really? But
Hint,
before you
hint.
finish that statement, went there. Where is this stuff made?
Italy.
Italy.
Yes.
And it costs more than most coffee, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? That's the thing. When you go over there, I've gotten larger cups of coffee before,
Yeah,
but when I get there, I get a smaller version. But that coffee is... You can go in certain places, and the coffee's different from time to time. I know they use different brands, but when you go into Conroe Coffee, I'm getting that same cup of coffee that I had before that was so good.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't.
And
It's great.
see,
No.
and that may be a misconception is that you go, it's Conroe Coffee, so where do they buy this from? Conroe? Is there a Conroe Coffee?
We make cigars.
Yes. But it's coming from Italy.
Right.
That's so cool.
And Conroe Coffee, hence where we are.
Yes, right.
We're trying to put Conroe on the map.
You will.
know.
And imagine the people in Italy saying, guess where
I know,
our
right?
coffee is?
Yes.
In Texas, at Conroe Coffee. But you also have the pastries that you have are amazing. Oh, my word, the glands that go off when
they
you
do.
start talking
She's
about
drooling
her. Oh,
now.
I'm drooling. And
Your breakfast
Do you have a
sandwich
napkin?
is to die for.
the breakfast
Thank you.
sandwich, that croissant, is a croissant, right?
Yes,
It's a
croissant.
Croissant. I never can say that
Way to
word.
go.
But I don't say it like that often.
No, she
That
doesn't.
flaky bread
Why won't
thing,
I-
I
why
like
won't
it.
that there?
I like it. But that ham, the ham is the
Smoked.
It's Black Forest ham.
Black Forest, which is the best. And then that cheese.
I know.
Oh my! Don't even give away of everything.
I'm not going to.
And then you have your also because it's summertime. You have these. You have iced coffees, and you also have
My
the
smoothies
the
and
smoothies.
ice cream.
Yeah, and cow tipping ice.
Oh,
the
yeah.
cow tipping.
My
ice cream.
cream's from Michigan. It's a
okay.
Michigan
That,
company.
it's got
Okay.
that Mitchagun tie to
Yes,
it
yes,
still.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And
And soups, get out of your
I
cities.
know, but I don't make them now. Not
because it's
until
too
it gets
hot.
cold again.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But we had such a cold winter, and we'd walk out after
That's awesome.
we'd walk out in the cold, and there would be your hot soup advertisement. But guys, it is right here on Main Street in Conroe, and your website is the Conroe Coffee
ConroeCoffee.com. We're not awesome at keeping up with that, and I'll say that now.
We're not
But
either.
Facebook, if you get on Facebook and like us, you'll follow everything. When I get new jewelry in and T-shirts and what new food I'm doing. I'm hoping to do a new sandwich in the next week and a half.
Will you test it on
So-
us? Can we be the
Sure.
beta site for
Yeah,
testing?
Can you call it
Absolutely.
the dick?
I could. I might get in trouble, but
let's don't.
Yeah, you've got some strange
You do.
English things
Like-
called the spotted
Spotted dick.
Yeah, the
Yes.
spotted. I remember
Yes.
that.
I would like to.
we could get into that.
Yes.
No,
Let's
but we
go.
won't. This
See,
is a
that's what-
family show. It's a family show.
That's what got you off that cable show, I tell you.
I know, right? Shh.
Oh, man.
We
Yeah.
won't spread that rumor. But you have the vintage cowboy boots, and you have jewelry that
And
is
perfume.
and perfume.
I get perfume
and-
now.
Yeah, so we
Cheaper
go in there.
than the mall. So
Cheaper than the mall.
Yes.
Cheaper than the mall.
$10
so,
to $30 cheaper.
Wow. Okay, everybody, you
By
know
the
where
way,
to go.
anyone out there who is going to be on the Mark and Cindy show at some juncture, and we don't even know yet, I'll
Yeah.
tell you ahead of time, before you come, we are on the air at 10, but you need to meet over there at the Conroe Coffee.
At 9:45 is
at
where we send all our
9:45.
guests.
That's almost the unofficial green.
That is the place over there, except she
That
doesn't have
is.
green M&Ms.
I always
And,
feel so bad if somebody brings other drinks in there. Now she has that sign.
That-
of
I have a
outside.
sign on the
Oh,
outside.
She's smart. She's smart.
I know.
we did a...
You know what? That sign looks like it was done in anger. I got a white plastic
It's-
bag and I
I
rolled
know,
it together
I
and I wrote with that.
And it's a paper
Sharpie.
bag. You know what? But that's a health code. It's not a business owner. It is
Yeah.
if somebody comes in there with other food and they happen to get sick and they're in my establishment,
That's right.
I'm liable.
That's
Right.
right.
And
not
any
thought of
business
that.
owner will tell you that, but people tend to think it's, oh, she just wants us to buy us stuff. No, that's not.
You don't wanna
It's
break the law.
not true. But I do not like that other coffee cup coming into
That's-
my,
that
into
doesn't
my
help.
shop.
Sure.
You know,
I will tell you that.
Cindy, does that apply to movie theaters, you think, bringing in
Shut
hot dogs and stuff?
up.
I'm sorry. Never mind.
Oh, in the past I've done that. Like put a bottle of Coke in a big bag I'm carrying because
Oh,
I
no.
don't want to pay $10
She
for it.
brings a picnic basket in with her, too.
And they let you? Where do you go? Tell me off air.
She
Tell me
wears
off air.
she wears a poncho when
She has a
comes
blog.
in.
She has a blog dedicated to
As
sneaking
soon as
food
the movie starts, I go, hot dogs, get your hot dogs right here. Get your hot dogs right here.
I'm going to search you every time you come in now. Hey,
Jeez.
stop at the door. Yeah.
And your son's
Security.
here, by the way. We're going to have
Yes,
to take
my
a break
son
in a second.
Tristan, he's here.
Tristan involved in the coffee?
He
Conroe
lives
Coffee?
in Michigan, but he worked at the shop in Michigan. He put a lot of his life into that shop.
Oh, good.
They know how to make all the
After
coffees.
this, can I ask him about Michigan?
Yes, you may.
Oh, good.
So,
We've got to take a break
We're
right
going to
now.
talk to Leo's son in just a moment. So don't go away. You're listening to the Mark and Cindy Show with our special guest, Leo the Lion. Afraid.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301, right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
Hello, this is Dennis Nelson, inviting you to come with me through the doorway of imagination and into the theater of the mind. The Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour presents a play every Saturday night at 7 p.m. on Lone Star Internet Radio. Be it drama or comedy, thriller or love story, every exciting episode is carefully chosen straight from the golden age of radio and performed live by talented actors, musicians, and sound effects crew. Every sound you hear will be 100% live and homemade. Anything can happen. So join us, please, every Saturday night at 7 p.m. for the Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Hi, I'm Joyce with the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located at the corner of Simonton and North Main, just across the street from the courthouse. The week starts off Monday with open mic hosted by Alan, and Tuesday nights open mic hosted by Jeremy Bankhead. And on Thursday evening, McFarland Jams. There's nightly drink specials available every night, all night. And don't forget, live entertainment every weekend. To see a full list of events, visit our website at thecornerpubinconroe.com. So come join us at the Corner Pub, where the deli is open late.
And we're back. Boy, we've got people looking in, and they're going, wait a minute, what is she doing in here?
Why am I thinking?
They're bringing the queens in here.
I know, right?
That's right. They're carrying her coffee, and so they're great walking advertisements. Thank you, ladies,
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
And
you.
so you've got so many fans. It's
She
difficult,
does.
to have this lady of such stature in our place.
Our posture's okay. I don't know.
Yes,
It's
so
not
bad,
that
but-
great.
You know,
But we're thankful that you're here.
I asked for Tristan to come up here also, and we do need to have the tie-in with the Conroe Coffee, I guess, because we have to. But when your mom came up with the idea, moved to Conroe Coffee, what was your impression of that, Tristan? What were your thoughts?
Well, I'd never heard of Conroe before, so I didn't know if this
lived in
was
Houston
gonna be,
and everything.
if this is going to be a good thing for her, but it was my first time here today, and the place is awesome. I was so impressed, just how she put it together. I just thought it was very cool.
You've been to Texas before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. When first time you came to Texas, what were you expecting to see?
Guns?
The humidity, just how hot it is.
You didn't have any preconceived ideas like there's going to be oil wells in the back of her store or anything like that. Okay.
I wish.
Well, that's
Mind you,
good.
I don't own it. So.
That's only because of the invention of the internet and television and all those things you saw. But I remember how everybody thought of us. And then when people come from up north, or especially from somewhere place like England, expected to see the horses tied up in the front. Now she sees horses going up and down for parades and all that stuff.
Love the rodeo.
And a lot of cowboys that come into her place, especially Jared Starrett, who
Jared
comes
Starrett.
in. That's right,
He's
that
a
comes
singer.
in.
He's
And
a country guy.
and so you still get that feel here, don't you? Downtown Conroe.
Lots of cowboy hats, boots, all
And-
of that.
Right. He wants you to get into that microphone so
okay.
that we can get
You
every
can
bit of that
You
accent.
can just tell us, Mr. Dick. We'll listen to you.
Mr. Dick.
Yes.
Maybe start calling you Mr. Dick. I like that.
Tristan, when I heard you were from, let's change something quickly, heard you from Michigan. Many of the shows, movies I've seen, and of course on the news and what I've read, Michigan has taken a hit over the last several years, maybe a couple of decades. Where in Michigan are you from?
I'm from Lake Orion, but my wife and I reside in Ortonville, which is a very small Lake Conroe.
I like the sound of that.
It's about an hour north of Detroit, so we stay away from the
stuff
you don't want to be by. But
we
like it.
Got a feeling that the news and all, when they do show Detroit in the movies, you can come to Houston, you can come to Conroe and shoot some footage that looks, oh my goodness, what a horrible place.
Yeah.
But I have seen this one series in Detroit, police officers and all, and they're talking about, hey, we haven't been paid in 2 months and all of this. And the area they go in the city is just terrible. It just looks horrible. And I was glad to see someone from Michigan. I hear it's one of the most beautiful states around, floral colors and all. And
the Great Lakes are one of the most incredible things to see anywhere on the water in Michigan. It's absolutely beautiful. Come summertime, fall, winter. We
Not
had like
so
10
good.
feet of snow last year.
Oh my gosh!
Now, how many times have you been to England?
Been twice.
Twice. And now, being around your mom, you never picked that accent up? You never talked like that? Or did you when you were
Yes,
small?
they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When the
Okay.
kids were little, there was videos of them, and they had the accent.
Well, I'll be.
But then they started going to school,
Yeah.
and that's where the American school system teaches kids to speak American.
That's
the
awful.
way they hang up. Right?
I was disappointed.
That
I would
was-
have had a
I
lot more
know.
girlfriends.
Right. I'm not joking. If you've got the British or Australian, once again, you got
Oh,
New Zealand,
man.
not so much, but I don't know.
But the Texas accent, it's funny, the Texas accent, you go north or you go to Canada, they love Texas accents. They think, oh, talk
I
to us,
know,
talk to us
right?
again.
Yeah.
And the cuter the guy is, the thicker my accent would get. So it does work both ways.
Yeah.
I think, like that.
But back to Michigan. I'm sorry, I don't
was
have
gonna
that
say,
many
different show,
opportunities.
different show.
Now, Sault Ste. Marie, is that what it is? The peninsula that comes down north of Michigan?
Yep.
Is that like a different state or something? I mean, it's not the easiest place to get to, is it?
It's not. It's probably 7 hours north of Detroit, and it's up there. It's Canada. It's right between Canada and Michigan.
Man, the pictures I've seen, though, are just beautiful of that area and that whatever hotel that they've shot about 80 movies from is pretty nice,
Are
too.
you on about Mackinac
That's
Island?
exactly
okay,
what it
Mackinac.
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mackinac Island's amazing.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Love it.
the UP, the Upper Peninsula, is it's incredible. I mean, you go up there now, it's probably 50 degrees, so it's cold up there, but it's beautiful.
That's where they filmed Somewhere in Time.
That's exactly the penny. With what's his name? Oh, that broke my
Christopher
heart.
Reeves, yeah.
And Tristan, you probably said it 3 times, and that's a sign of a bad interviewer, me. What do you do up there?
I own a couple small businesses.
Okay.
So I work for municipalities, and I help them sell and auction off their surplus assets.
Son of gun.
I know. He
great.
wanted to doing something here, too, at
Well,
some
what-
point.
Would
you
you
know-
come here? Would you ever move to Texas?
You know, I've always said this is probably the only place I'd ever move if we moved from Michigan. 'Cause
Really?
I love it here. I love all the cities. I love how you can go anywhere and be in the middle of
You're
nowhere,
this guy.
too, which I think is cool.
That's true.
That's awesome.
You know, like if I were moving or if my wife died or whatever, heaven forbid, that's terrible.
That's drastic.
This is coming somewhere. I don't care for anything in my house anymore. I'm through.
Where would you
And
go?
I would want to hire somebody to please get rid of this stuff however you want to. I don't care. That's a job, isn't it? Is that more or less what you do for some?
Sort of. I typically work for cities, townships, school districts, and I do everything for free. And I'm one of the only people that can offer that. It's just how I run the business, and
but you
it's pretty
do a
unique.
commission. You work on.
I charge a buyer's premium through the auction site to the people buying, but doesn't drive the
son
prices
of a
down too
gun.
much. It works all right for us.
Now, the family, your wife and your little girl is standing outside. Beautiful, beautiful family. And Leo's other daughter and her that's her little girl?
Yeah.
And another one on the way.
Babies in there.
And another one on the way.
I know, it's so exciting.
Can y'all give them British accents? Is it
I know, right?
I teach my daughter every day.
Every day.
I teach her every day.
Say mum. Can you say mum?
Teach her every day. More porridge, please.
Can I have
Okay.
Yeah.
But we got to get back to this Conroe Coffee place because that's what we're here. Mark and
Oh, that's
Cindy
right. I
show,
forgot. Michigan. We're
the
not
Mark
there.
and Cindy show is here to help small businesses, like
Are we?
that don't have the budget for advertising. That's what we want to do, is to help that. And also, we do a lot of work with charities that have no budget for trying to get their word out that they're there to help people and all that. And we try and do that. And then in between that, we just talk crazy and it's weird and it's strange and we're
I think it's cool.
older
awesome.
people. So, but we have a good time, and I think that having Leo next door is great. And what is your favorite thing over there?
I just like regular coffee.
yeah.
I'm a regular coffee guy.
That's me. Yeah.
You don't like Italian or coffee.
There's
What the matter with
nothing
you?
regular about our coffee.
There's nothing, right? It's
Right, but
what
yeah.
unique, I
But
guess,
as far
is
as
the
coffee,
right.
just regular
And
coffee.
while we like to plug businesses, there's no way Leo and Tristan would be standing here now if that business wasn't good. I mean,
That's right.
I don't like to plug something that I don't enjoy myself or
Yeah,
visit there.
and we've
This is
tested
really good stuff.
we've tested it, and she didn't let us do it for free, did she?
She
No.
didn't.
So it's not
We're
under the
getting-
table. It's not anything like that. It's no conflict of interest. It's we go over there, we eat it, we pay for it, and we keep coming back. So
It's like inviting people to my living room and having a get together.
Yeah.
But I'm charging.
That's true.
Right? Basically,
let's write that down for the IRS.
Yeah.
to
Basically,
okay.
that's what it is. I try to make it feel homey, and
Right.
and all that stuff in that shop is from my house.
And
So it's kind of
No, you do, and I feel homey enough. I feel homey enough that I walk by there. I open the door, and she's way down at the end. This is a long, and I go, "Hey, Leo, how are you doing?" All these people are sitting there trying to have their coffee and work on their little
That's
internet
cool.
stuff, and I'm going like, "What's up? What are you doing?" That's how you feel like it's family, and
Yes.
everybody should understand.
Yeah, it's great. We just have a good time. People talk, and for a while
They
I
do.
thought about not having Wi-Fi because then people would have to talk and not get out their phones and be so busy.
Yeah.
But people do
It
that,
is.
but they talk as well.
They do.
So it's kind of
Yeah, and I've interrupted some of them. They've been okay with it. But one of the biggest reasons I'm promoting her though is because if she ever leaves over there, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some group cockfighting or something over there next. And I don't want that,
Right,
Leo.
no,
so
in
you need to
Conroe.
stay.
Yes, okay,
Conroe.
yes.
Oh, I've been next to them before. They're terrible, Cindy.
Right.
Well, sometimes I find a business, and I'll go and I'll certainly go and buy things from them because I want them to stay and I want them to be there. So you have some businesses that you really like, oh, I got to tell everybody about this to come in there. And yours is that way, but I'm conflicted because it gets too crowded and then I can't, get in there and get my
if
stuff.
ever space becomes available,
You're not looking this way.
She'll
are you?
buy the radio station.
on wherever,
Yeah.
we would love to take it. So,
Oh.
that's something that you never know.
Yeah, you never
So
know
I'm
because
just gonna
next door.
Yeah, because
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Because
So-
then
All
look,
right.
look what we have. We can right through that window.
I know.
Leo,
Coffee.
Tristan, thank you
Thank you
so
very
much
much.
for being here. We have got to take our break before our encouraging word about failure. But it's going to be a good thing. Anyway,
Yes. So
thank
thank
y'all
you
so
guys.
much.
Thank
Conroe
you.
Coffee.
Have a great time in Texas, Tristan.
Thank you. God save the
Thank y'all so much. Y'all help the show immensely. Appreciate
We'll be
it.
right back, everybody.
You're listening to Lone Star Internet Radio now for your daily weather report. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2014. Today's forecast will be mostly sunny with a high near 93. Later tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low around 74. South winds will be 5 to 10 miles an hour.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Donna Wick Public Relations. You've seen the billboards? That's right, wicked publicity. Contact them today at 832-326-1965 and visit wickedpublicity.com.
Hi, I'm Tina, and I will be your host for a new program on Lone Star Internet Radio. I call it Retro Saturdays. Every Saturday at 5 p.m., I will be playing music from the 1930s to the 1970s. I will play a different genre of music every weekend of the month. You will hear big band music, jazz, 70s classic rock, and 60s oldies. Join us for Retro Saturdays at 5 p.m. every Saturday of the month. Go to irlonestar.com for more information on Retro Saturdays on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Hi, this is Wade Bowen, and I make my event an all-star event.
Hi, this is Cody, event manager with All Star Catering Company. We at All Star always strive for perfection at every event. All of our food is homemade, and our professionally trained chefs have the highest standard of food quality. Our event staff is trained in making customer service their #1 priority. We are the Knot Magazine and Wedding Wire's 2013 Best of Weddings and Catering, voted by local brides. We cater 10 to 10,000 for any of your weddings, corporate events, sweet 16s, or any event you might have in mind. Give us a call or go to www.cateringbyallstar.com or check us out on Facebook and make your next event an all-star event.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today, so remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org, that's Junque, for more information and store hours.
Oh, yes. We've all now gone British, and we are going to talk like this all day, aren't we? We're going to talk just like Leo. Thank you,
Unless
Leo,
I meet
so
a Polish
much.
guy
Yeah,
out
that's
there,
right.
then I'm really
somebody
in
from
trouble.
New York. That's all I need is about 3 sentences, and I'm off. But we have so grateful for Leo from Conroe Coffee that's right next door to us. She's on Main Street as well, and just down from the Crichton Theater in downtown Conroe, and everybody's so glad she's here, especially all the jurors and the people that come here all the Monday mornings that we have all the people here. But it's getting so popular, so everybody come by and see Leo and see all the goodies that she has in there.
But not everybody, because then there won't be any room, and I'll really be in
Yes,
trouble
you'll run
for
out
the
of
coffee.
stuff, so don't do that.
By the
Hey,
way-
you know what? The clouds are gathering. It looks like it's going to rain.
Wow.
Hey, don't listen to the weather report on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Well, somebody
we
needs to...
like to do it.
Yeah,
hear you
we like to
live.
imagine it.
We
Yeah.
like to hear you live. Do it.
By the
This
way,
is Cindy Cochran,
this
late
is-
night on Public Access Television.
I am wearing a
times.
belt with... Anyway,
Mark.
we have tomorrow another great guest, actually 2 of them, Margie Taylor and Chad Patterson from the Montgomery County Emergency Assistance Center or League. And anyway, they were actually on the
Mind Your Business.
Mind Your Business
With
show
Cassandra.
yesterday with Cassandra.
She
and
stole them
particularly-
from us.
I
We
know.
were supposed to have them first, but okay, fine.
It just irritates the daylights out of me. Anyway,
But
they're
boy,
going to be
the
on.
things that they do for this county and how they help everybody, and they're having a duck race, this
They
duck
are.
race thing, and they're going to talk about it. And you need to be buying your ducks quick, because you could be a winner of a new Camaro.
You can. And several, I mean, they have a whole list of stuff. So let's face
Yes,
it,
that's right.
only one of you out there is going to win the dadgum Camaro. But
Okay.
you've also got
But they got
lobster
oil
stuff.
changing
and
coupons and things like that.
Yeah,
so it's,
and you've
no,
got
everybody's
your-
going to become a winner.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be a winner. Anyway,
foot
it's a fun thing
massage
to do.
and- I don't know about that one.
No, she's going to tell us about that, and he will explain what all they do.
Right. But speaking of failures, it is after this morning's read, actually it was day before yesterday also, I was getting to where, wow, failure's not so bad because I'm so good at it, but I usually...
Everybody's done it.
They've done it. If you haven't done it, you just aren't around. You're getting ready to do it. And I don't know what that means, but I was reading about it and putting it to a biblical sense, and it has a lot of biblical sense. You cannot succeed at everything, and when I think of, and I've mentioned this before, the number of times I've tried projects without asking God's help in it, and it didn't work, and I felt bad and mad at God also. But there are times when I've asked, and this is a good thing, and it really, common sense-wise, it looked like a good thing, and I failed at it, and it didn't work. And then my question is, why? I read this right here from Charles Stanley, another godly preacher and writer. Listen to this.
Charles Stanley.
He said, "We don't have all the answers to the questions about failure, why we failed. As a result, we have difficulty understanding why God at times allows us to fail. If we could only see the glorious finished product He has in mind, we would gladly abandon our self-effort and yield to His transforming power. But instead, we often insist on doing things our way. And as long as we remain in this mode of thinking, God will allow us to fail." When I thought of that, I was thinking of Craig Campobellis. He's a sculptor, and I've mentioned this before, I believe, but there's an art studio just at the corner down here, and I'd tell you the name, but right now it's just left me. And I was in there looking at some of his pre-finished sculptures. He's had wire in it, and he's using clay and all, but he had wire and all. And I thought, wow, Craig must be teaching an elementary school about sculpting because this looks really bad. And I didn't say that to him, but we kept coming back. We had rehearsals there, and I eventually saw the finished product. In fact, one of them is out there on the by the Owens Theater. It's this guy, a conquistador or something, with holding out a sword. And I looked at it, and that's the same thing I'd seen before, and I said, this is terrible. You know something? You and I at times look horrible. I know I do right now, but what I'm talking about is my actions in life and all, and the failures and how I take them personal. And God is saying, Mark, wait till the finished product.
That's right.
And
That's right.
And I'm not saying at the end of the your life here on earth, Mark, you're going to be very rich, you're going to look very attractive. But no, I've got something for you, and I'm making you. All I'm asking you to do is this, Mark. When you fail, do you trust me? Do you trust me? And so many times, no, because I wanted this and it was the best thing. And he's saying, trust me, it's not the best thing. And that's the message there. And that's the message Stanley is saying. You're going to fail. We don't have the answers as to why, but I trust this. If I trust anything, God has the answer. And he's not, I'm his kid. You're his kid. And he's not going to say, I'd like to mess you up big time and never let you get what you want. No, I want the absolute best for you. That's been our message here for a long, long time. And my best, I can see it. You can't. All I'm asking is, trust me.
That's right. Why wouldn't you trust the one that can see tomorrow? You can't, but he can see tomorrow, and he knows what's going to happen. And he's going, please don't do this. No. This is not the way to go. But he'll let you fail because you'll learn from it. Everybody that's failed always said, I'm glad I did. I learned not to do that again. But listen, we've got to go. And thank you, Mark, for that. Thank you, Richard, for being such a gracious host with us. And we thank our listeners. We love our listeners. Go out and have a great day. Make somebody happy so you'll be happy. And remember, God loves you and God's got this. We will see you tomorrow with our special guest.
We're going to talk about what's going on in town. You never know who's going to come around on the Mark and Cindy Show. Let's Mark and Cindy.
Hey everyone, this is Tina, your host from Retro Saturdays. I wanted to invite you to visit the Lone Star Studios here in downtown Conroe, Texas. We're all volunteers here, and we need your help in serving the Montgomery County area. Radio media is a fun field to be in. Lone Star Internet Radio serves Montgomery County with news, current events, local programming, and of course, music. If you are interested in volunteering and sharing your talents in media, go to irlonestar.com and let us hear from you. Lone Star Internet Radio serving Montgomery County from the heart of downtown Conroe.